What is going on, everybody? It is Tech Geo, and as you see on the title of the video, what is an account executive in tech sales? What does an account executive do? How much money do they make? I'm going to be answering all those questions for you in today's video. As many of you know, I started out as an SDR, and right now I am an account executive in tech sales. I'm going to give you my exact experience of what it's like being an account executive and what they actually do in tech sales. So what is an account executive? An account executive is the person who closes the deals for their company. So typically a meeting gets booked, those meetings get sent to an account executive to have those sales conversations with your customers to see if they're a good fit for your product. So typically you're asking them, hey, what challenges and problems are you currently facing right now? Why are you looking for a solution like ours? What goals are you trying to achieve? Have you tried to do this on your own? Are you doing this right now? You're really just having that sales conversation to see if they're a good fit. And if they are, your goal is to win that deal, get them to sign, and generate net new revenue in ARR, so annual recurring revenue. And once you close a deal, you get the contract signed, you get compensated, usually a percentage of the deal that you closed. So that's what an account executive does at a very high level, and that is what their sole objective is as an account executive in tech sales. So what does the day-to-day life look like as an account executive in tech sales? And so this is just my experience as an AE. It may be different at other tech companies, but majority of it is usually the same. Is you're gonna be taking a bunch of meetings with customers to see if they're a good fit for your solution. Now, what that meeting entails, you obviously have to do the discovery call, which is normally the first call to see if they're a good fit. Once you do that discovery call, you need to do a demo of your platform. Typically, they wanna see what they're purchasing. And then after the demo call, that can either go into a closing call, or they might say, hey, we need to talk with our team internally, or hey, we need to see if right now is a good fit. That's kind of where it gets a bit tricky of, you need to follow up and see, what makes sense for them. So you're going to be doing a lot of meetings. You need to be doing a lot of emailing to move them into the next steps, or to provide them more information that they're looking for, or maybe they want to bring some other people from their team that they want you to speak with. So there's a little bit more that goes into it. So sending a lot of collateral, doing a lot of emails, taking a lot of calls is typically what the day-to-day looks like. Now, as an account executive, it's very good to prospect. You might want to start talking to new accounts or people who wanted to talk in 3 months from your previous conversation. You want to start reaching out to them to make sure you have as many active conversations going as possible, because sometimes people just go cold, or maybe they say it's not a good fit, and you need to re-engage those accounts to get them back in your pipeline so that you can close them as net new opportunities. And so that's really what the day-to-day life looks like as an account executive in tech sales. Now let's talk about compensation and how account executives get paid and how much you can possibly make as an account executive in tech sales. Most sales roles in tech sales, it's usually made up of an OTE, which stands for on target earnings. Now, how an on target earnings is made and what it's comprised of is, one, you have a base salary plus commission. And so typically, let's say your base salary is anywhere from 60 to 90K, and normally it's double of that. So if you have a 60K base, your OTE might be 120K, but you can start out from low six figures to multiple six figures. So anywhere from 100K to 300K. Now there's some AEs who make even more than that. So what's really nice about being in tech sales is whatever your OTE is, you can actually exceed that number if you do really well and close a bunch of deals. So if you just hit your quota, that's what you can make, but you can make even more of that. I would say as an SMB AE role, you can expect to make anywhere from a 60 to an 80K base to 120 to 150K OTE. And as you move up into a mid-market AE role, you can make anywhere from a 200K OTE or anywhere from 150 to 200K. Enterprise AE is usually making 200K plus. So it definitely scales and it varies between different companies, but at the very minimum, you're making six figures. And as you get into a bigger AE role and close bigger deals, you can make multiple six figures as an enterprise account executive in tech sales. All right, so how do you become an account executive in tech sales? So I'm just gonna tell you my journey and what I've seen being in the industry and how you can become an account executive like what I'm doing right now. So one is, to get into an account executive role, you normally don't just start as an AE role. You typically have to start as an SDR. So this is what I did. So to break into tech sales, you want to start out as an SDR. It's an entry level role. As an SDR, you really want to prove yourself and perform very well and start booking a bunch of meetings, start seeing success, start trying to improve, and really work with your sales manager and let them know like, hey, hey, I want to be an account executive. This is my goal. Let me know what I need to do, or what does it look like to get to the next level or to the next step. And typically, depending on if you're at a startup or if you're at a bigger company, it can be anywhere from 6 to 18 months. But I would say 12 to 18 months is normally what you should be looking at for a timeline to move from an SDR to an AE. For me, it's completely different. I moved from an SDR to an AE in about 3-ish, 4-ish months. That's just how it happened. It was maybe luck, maybe opportunity stroke, but I was ready for that role. I got a chance to get into it, and here I am as an account executive. So normally you start as an SDR, work your way up as an AE to get to that position. If you already have sales experience, maybe at another company, you can start reaching out to companies looking for an AE role. So that's another way you can do it. But the best path to be most transparent is to get into an SDR and work your way up into that AE role. So that's gonna be it for today's video on what is an account executive, how much do they make, how can I become an account executive. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you're looking to get into tech sales, I'm going to be creating a private exclusive community here soon. So I'm going to be creating a waiting list. It's the first link in description. If you want to be part of the private community and get coaching and just collab with other like-minded individuals, make sure to check out and join the waiting list. But without further ado, thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Peace.